I want to give us just a few more minutes so you can hear the freeholders. I think it's very important with everything being so much at stake here with this election, with the cost of living. All right, Mr. Daley, you got Mike's on.
I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Roger Daley. I'm a candidate for Republican freeholder here in Middlesex County. I spent 6 years on the freeholder board back from 1990 to 1996. During that period of time, we changed the county government dramatically. As a matter of fact, over that 6-year period, we probably saved the county about $500 million. I got to get closer to this mic here. And I'm only running for a 1-year replacement term. I guess when you get to be 72, they only let you run 1 year at a time, you know. But anyway, I think it's about time. I was the last Republican freeholder on the freeholder board, and that was like 21 years ago. I spent, after I left the freeholder board, I spent 15 years as a Superior Court judge. And we changed the court system. I was in the juvenile delinquency court, and we changed it dramatically for the better. So at this particular point, I would like you to vote for me. I think in a year's time, we might be able to get an idea about what actually has been going on at the freeholder board. And don't get me wrong, the freeholders, the current board, they do a lot of good things. But I want to tell you something. If you gave me $480 million, I could do a lot of good too. The fact is that it's one party government is not good, whether it's in the Republican or the Democrat. I think we need somebody in there to take a good close look at some of the things. I don't think there's sufficient oversight over our authorities, the improvement authority, the utilities authority. I don't think there's sufficient oversight over our insurance fund. So I think it would be good for someone with new eyes to take a look at a budget that's about $500 million. So I ask you to vote for me. I guarantee you we'll save you taxpayer money and we'll lower taxes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Daley. Any questions from the audience for Mr. Daley before he walks off?
Yes, I have one.
Go ahead.
Mr. Daley, my name is Albert Davis. I am a technician for Freeholder National. As a result, I find myself driving up and down the parkway for the last 3 hours working down the county. None of the information is 100% relevant, however, better Windsor Parkway service. Worst I feel that I'm not sure if the freeholder is any saying is solved. There's a bridge. Happens to sit in our county. The speed limit at this time is from 45 miles an hour. The speed limit that I feel is unsafely low, and the speed limit that I feel is essentially an open door for the state police to issue speeding tickets on a regular basis, although this time it is not. We all know they can make snap decisions to change that. Do you feel that the speed limit should be raised or not?
What was that at the end there?
Do you feel that the speed limit should be raised, yes or no?
Well, I wouldn't really be able to comment on that because I'm familiar with that area. It's a pretty difficult area, and I would assume that there is some justification, you know, for trying to lower the speed. I would get, but I don't really know now. Of course, that is controlled by the by the Turnpike authority, and they would to have the speed limit at that level. They would be looking at accident records, you know, and different things like that to determine whether or not it would be safe to increase the speed limit. So as a freeholder, freeholders are involved in a lot of things, county roads, but I would make an inquiry, but I don't think the freeholders would have that much influence in that particular area. You'd have to go to your state senators who would have influence with the authority, with the New Jersey Turnpike Authority.
Understood. What would you be able to make recommendations?
Well, I would. The first thing I would do would try to find out why they lowered it to 45. I mean, there has to be the 45 speed limit would have to be based on some analytical analysis as to, and based on that, I would make a recommendation either to keep it at 45 or to raise the speed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rogers. Any other questions for Mr. Daley Roger? Thank you very much. Also, we have one other freeholder candidate, Mina Kolta. You want to come up, Mina Kolta, and give your introduction and tell us why we should vote for you?
Good evening. My name is Mina Kolta. I am one of the freeholder candidates this year. I am running for a 3-year term. I guess it's because I'm younger. Sorry, Roger. So here's the deal. I've all my life I've been trying to serve my community, mostly in school and my church community. I've served a lot of youth, and now I want to come and serve Middlesex County. I see the political climate around us in the country, in the state, and in the county. We are in the second largest county by population. Okay, this is a county of over 810,000 people, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this county is losing population currently. We want to stop that. We want people to actually want to live here, and because our property taxes are so high, I mean, people don't want to live here. There's towns that have the highest property taxes in New Jersey here in Middlesex County. I can mention maybe Monroe and another town, maybe Old Bridge. Okay, these towns have really high property taxes, and these property taxes, yes, they're the effect of the high property taxes is actually because of the Board of Ed, the school calculation. Hopefully that gets fixed by the state. But also, this county takes 18 to 25% of your property taxes. Okay, that's still a big number, depending on how much you're paying. So the team and I, we were looking through things like the budget, $458 million budget, and a $458 million budget is horrendous for the county. Actually, if you look at the budget, a lot of it goes to high salaries, and I had just actually spoke to a bunch of people and actually posted this online. Our business administrator, for example, he gets paid $231,000 a year. The biggest county, Bergen County, is a lot bigger than us because of population, and their business administrator gets $50,000 a year. These are things that we don't even take into consideration, and I'm sure it was done for favors or political favors or whatever it is. Our business administrator actually used to be a freeholder. He resigned to become a business administrator. So, I mean, these are things we need to look at. And when I personally looked at these numbers and these things, they really bothered me. And I felt like I can bring change to the table. I can try not only to reduce our property taxes, but stop a lot of the wasteful spending going on in New Brunswick. And this is the issue on our county level. This is the main issue. Everything else that's being done affects property taxes, believe it or not. Any policies, resolution, ordinances, they all affect property taxes. Who we're gonna use to build, who we're gonna use to market, these things all affect property taxes. Even one topic that was mentioned here by the candidates was sanctuary state. Well, right now, if the Republican, hopefully the Republican lieutenant governor is gonna win, we're gonna lose funding not only on the federal level, but we lose funding on the state level because of that resolution they have. That's a danger everyone is not aware of. You see, every resolution, every ordinance they pass affects us financially. It really does. So we are in danger of having our property taxes just increase and increase and increase more than it already is increasing. It has increased for the last 21 years. I think under when he was freeholder, it was at a very low point, and it just started going up after all the Republicans left the board, because they were the ones screaming not to raise property taxes when they were on that board. So these are things you need to think about when you come out November 7th, all right? And I ask for your vote November 7th. I ask you to come out, vote for people who want to actually do something about the financial crisis in this county. If the state is suffering, the county can at least try to keep things affordable as much as possible until the state corrects the financial issue, and that's what I want to do. All right, so I ask you to come out and vote column A, November 7th. Thank you.
Thank you, Mina. Mina Kolta, folks. Any questions for Mina before he leaves the stage? Yes.
I mean, I agree with you. Aside from the monies that we might lose, the county currently is disobeying federal laws, so we are losing. We will lose some of that money. Could you explain if an illegal immigrant gets arrested, that, that the county will not keep them as directed? And you are a child immigrant.
Yeah, my parents are Egyptian. They immigrated here from Egypt.
Okay, how do you feel about the safety of our residents? When I read in today's paper that there were 36 people arrested.
So there's 2 or 3 things to this. One, the really important thing here is safety. Okay, we're not saying, I personally would never say get all the illegal immigrants and deport them. What I'm saying is, and it's very clear what I'm saying, you can read word for word what I'm writing. I'm writing that if people who are here illegally, who are living in everyday life, leave them alone, but people who are committing criminal acts like child molestation, those people don't deserve to stay here. If they commit those crimes, they're putting us in danger. Okay, you don't have to go after every single legal immigrant, but at least get the people who don't want to conform to society and its laws. Okay, they're obviously here to make trouble. The second issue is those 36 people. One, that's a huge embarrassment for this county and for this state. Okay, imagine the entire country is reading this in the newspapers. 36 people released by Middlesex County. Do you honestly think people are going to want to move here? All right. On top of that, ICE has already made it clear that we're going to lose funding because the president and even many congressmen and senators are pushing for that. They're going to push for us to lose funding because we're violating federal law. The way you want to change things, if you don't like the immigration laws, that's understandable. But you contact your congressmen and your senators to change it. The state, the county and the municipality has no right to make federal policy themselves. We are not the federal government. We are supposed to support people here. We're supposed to support infrastructure. We're supposed to support schools. These are the things we're supposed to support. We're not here to make federal law. All right, so this isn't a major issue. There's people on both sides, and I understand some people think it's an attack on immigration, but I'm not gonna ever attack immigration. My parents stood in line for years to come to this country. Okay, they actually got married here. They didn't meet in Egypt. They met here in Brooklyn, New York. Okay, and both of them have their own stories. My father, God rest his soul, told me he waited 12 or 13 years to come here. He had to put his name in and wait in line. Okay, so I'm not against immigration, but I'm against people trying to insist that we must keep illegal immigrants that commit crimes. I'm talking about crimes. I mean the 36 people, there was a child molestation. I think there was child trafficking or something, charges. Okay, those things, think about it. Do you want people like that living down the block from you? That's the question you need to ask yourself.
But not all these people are criminals, as we know.
No,
a lot of them
they're
are
not.
hardworking people just trying to make a good living and running from actually corrupt governments.
Yes.
So what do we do for these people that have not committed any crimes, that are actually been here for a long period of time?
Excuse me, my question was just directed at
All right, we'll stay with that level, yes.
illegals who commit crimes.
Right.
He's asking a question of him for himself. I'll answer your question. The people who have not committed crimes that are living here, I personally would love if we all went to our congressmen and senators and told them to fix the immigration system now. Okay, they're the ones that are the only ones that can fix it. Okay, this is federal law. This is not our business. This is a county level. Okay, I'm running for a county position. I'm not running for a federal position. Yes, ma'am.
But these illegals, they're getting free medical stuff. We're going into a hospital, and if we don't have insurance, we can't even get treated.
I'm gonna say something about that. Okay, I will. Let me answer her question. So yes, you're right. And there was a 6-month period I didn't have insurance when I was younger. Okay, and in that 6 months I ended up in the hospital and I did get treated. They would never turn away treatment. So they can't turn away treatment for an illegal immigrant. Actually, as a matter of fact, if you go to New York City and you look there at their books, the homeless go in and their names are John Doe because they don't give their real names. They get treatment and they get put back out on the street. Okay, so we can't deny anybody treatment, and I would never push for denying a human being treatment. I would think that's unfair and definitely unethical. Ma'am, you had a question?
Well, I think too that we also have to look at who's here, legally, how long they've been here.
Yes.
Candidates had a problem with President Trump getting rid of DACA, but what he did was he got rid of unconstitutional DACA, put it on the lap of Congress.
Yes.
So, like, we're not for taking all these people, putting them on the bus and sending them back to Mexico or whatever. But we do have laws. So how do you feel about the fact that the federal government, is going to hold states and municipalities accountable as far as withholding funding, as we were discussing before? How do you feel about complying with federal law?
Well, I want to comply with federal law all the way, but at the same time, like I was saying, we need to speak out. Okay, the right way to speak out is go to our congressmen offices and senators' offices here in New Jersey. They have offices all over New Jersey. Go to them and ask them to make changes. They refuse to fix our immigration laws. That is, again, that is not.
What kind of changes are you referring to?
Well,
What kind of changes?
they need to come up with a solution for what you were just saying, for the people that.
Who's going to have to make that decision?
Yes.
Right, so, but as long as, we have laws, how do you feel about municipalities, counties, governors, mayors being held accountable to whatever degree for violating the federal laws as far as immigration is concerned? And we've taken, legally every year, we've taken over 1 million immigrants every year.
That's true.
But still, that would be at the federal level too, even
But-
holding the elected.
But I will tell you something. I'll tell you how I feel on the county level, okay? Because that's my focus right now. The county level right now, I feel the policy that they put into place needs to be reversed, okay? And on top of that, they're actually saying legally that we can get sued if they hold someone for ICE.
You want to put it in reverse?
No policy. I want to follow federal law.
Okay.
I don't want to put a policy. I want their policy abolished. We don't make federal law on a county level again. You don't elect county freeholders to make federal law. You elect county freeholders to maintain infrastructure, to maintain education like the Middlesex Community College or the county college, or health care. Okay, some of the mental services we offer in the county. That's what you are electing freeholders to do. You're not electing them to make federal law. And honestly, I will tell you something about that resolution. They said that we're at risk of getting sued if we detain someone for ICE. Well, I'm telling you, how about the reverse? How about if somebody in my family got attacked by someone who had a previous conviction and was an illegal immigrant? I'm going to turn around and sue the freeholders, and it's going to cost all the taxpayers money. And all your property taxes will skyrocket because there'll be millions of dollars. So in reverse, the same thing can happen. So all I'm saying is, let's stay away from it. It's a federal problem. Let the feds deal with it. By the way, there have been lawsuits that have been raised against municipalities and counties for detaining people. It always gets referred to federal court. It never stays on a county, like the case never gets, it gets thrown out when it's against a county or municipality. It goes to ICE and all the other agencies, the immigration agencies. They're the ones that end up getting sued. So again, it does not apply to us. We don't make federal policies here.
All right, thank you again, Kolta, for your time. I appreciate it. Wish you all the best. November 7th, folks, November 7th. Many of you, some of you know me, and some of you don't, but I am host this event. I'm the Republican chair here of Piscataway. And my job is just to do what I'm going to do now. I'm going to try to do this when there's a lot at stake. As we know, we've lost a lot of loved ones, family members, friends that can't afford to live here anymore, and I'm fighting the same battle. So I think the least we could do is get the real information, because the political flyers are definitely far from reality. So thank you again, folks, for coming tonight, and you'll be hearing from me again. I'm probably the biggest thorn in Senator Bob Smith's side, so you'll be hearing from me again. Thank you again.
Questions or outside opinions?
We are the Republican organization, not the Democratic organization.